What is going on, guys? Today we are looking at Flashback Quaresma, and as you can probably tell, I am not playing the game. I have done the entire video, I've done 2 matches, I've done the SBC, I've done the outro, and I did not record it. So we're going to have to go over this a little bit differently today, kind of keep my hands free. Not done a commentary after the video in quite some time, but Quaresma is coming in an 89 rated player. He is a flashback in the Turkish league and will cost you an 85 rated squad with 2 informs. It's not the worst SBC, to be honest. I feel like for an 89 rated player with some very good stats overall, honestly, I can't argue with that one bit. I feel like value-wise, it's around about 80 to 90k worth to do now. That for me is a decent SBC. Even if you want to use him later on down the line as a super sub or an SBC player, I genuinely think that's not bad at all. Decent pace. Shooting wise, don't be fooled because he only has 79 finishing, but we can pick up a sniper which would do a lot better there. Decent dribbling, decent passing as well. Physicals, great aggression, 80 stamina, I think 70 something, I think it's 76 or 78 strength. Honestly, not a bad card at all when it comes to the stats. Really decent overall and good balance throughout. We are going to use him in this squad right here. We have got Vieira up front, who in the first match we will use all the way through until I think the 20th minute or so, where we bring in Mbappe just to really knock it out, and he did pause it, so that's fair enough. But normally what we're going to do is, because I want him to play in the game, he would be a super sub, but I'm feeling we're going to try and bring it into the starting lineup straight away. We had it in the first 2 FUT Champs games, so realistically, I'm quite happy to kind of play him in that role in them first 2 matches. We haven't got the win 10, win 18 or win 24 objectives today. Whether we get them tomorrow, I doubt it very much. I thought they may have done it because from what it said last week is it was in the FUT Player Days Weekend League. I was expecting weekend 2 as such, seeing as though the Carnival players, not the Carnival, the Libertadores players have not gone yet. So I can imagine, I thought this would have been the end of the promo, but apparently it's a 2-week promo. I haven't seen no expiry date. I don't know if they're going to finish it off by tomorrow. I don't know what's happening. We got icon swaps free. If you want to check out a video, go down below into the video prior to this and go check that one out because that one was decent. Going into this team quickly before we go back onto all of that good stuff. This is why I kept Vieira on. The team, not the greatest in the world. I feel like it's a good team, but it's really not going to compare to my team. I've grinded a hell of a lot and we've got a very vast amount of very high and expensive players, so I felt confident going into this first match. That is exactly why we kept Vieira on. I've cut this game down to pretty much the 2 goals because realistically it only went to about 33 minutes in. There is the first goal from Quaresma, a very nice goal in general. Beautiful left foot right there. He obviously does have the 5-star, 4-star, which is always nice. We then go to this one and then Mbappe goes and gets a goal, but it is offside. He already had paused it. It was pretty much game, set and match by that point, and he did decide to lead. So we went into the second match. We've moved in. We only did 33 minutes of that one, so I was very happy with the performance to start with. And this second team, a little bit better. Again, I still don't think it was absolutely crazy. Like, he's got some nice players. I think the special cards definitely overshadow how good the team is. You've got Oriola in net, who you'd never have seen, 82. Lodi as a left back from man of the match. Longley, who for me isn't great, but for me, I just feel like the team was a little bit weak on some edges, but Ben Yedder was always that one you've got to watch. So we are going to go into the first half of this. It is going to be kind of like a little bit of gameplay. Obviously, this wouldn't happen normally. This would all be cut up completely. But the fact that I don't have my voice on any of it, it makes it very difficult to try and find where the bits are, because normally in these reviews what I tend to do is give you the kind of minutes and then I'll go and cut them bits up and do a review over that. With this, obviously I thought it was going to be live. I haven't realised I didn't click the like button. But Quaresma overall, pacey was really good. I felt like he was fast, he held the ball nicely, he wanted the ball, which was good. Shooting wise, he had a couple of shots. He didn't have an amazing amount of shots. Obviously, as we kind of use him as a super sub, maybe feature him in some Portuguese teams or something along them lines, we may see a little bit more from him in terms of shots. but pretty much he scored 2 goals in 2 matches. I think he got 1 assist as well, so I can't argue with them stats. As a new player into the team, and realistically not the most meta player in the world, but genuinely a really nice SBC player, I can't argue with that. We see him there trying to get that chip over the goalie. The keeper makes the save and it just knocks it out wide for that corner. This first half in general wasn't amazing. It was a bit of an end-to-end kind of thriller. He had a few shots, but nothing really that I'd say was worth being worried about. I felt like we had it all under control anyway. So overall, I was happy with this half. I felt like we was a little bit stuck in the mud going up. I felt like I was trying with Quaresma too much. So what I did in the second half is just thought, you know what, we're going all out. We're not bothering just going straight for him, because you'll see a lot. I tend to do this, and even then, I've gone for it. I probably should have took it 1 more. I don't know why I pressed B. Realistically, you want to draw the keeper out. You don't want to literally just keep going for them shots. It's going to be an 8, 9. It's going to be like 7, 8 out of 10 that you're going to actually get that in if you are using a player that's got a very solid finish. With Quaresma, I felt like his finishing was good. I just don't feel like it was absolutely out of this world like some of the players. But again, we are expecting that he's not going to be the most out of this world player. He's going to be someone who is decent enough. He's going to be maybe a little bit of a super sub. He's 80 to 90k. He's not going to be the next Messi in this game, but he's just he's a nice thriller card, really. He's kind of a little bit of a flashback, like I say, hence the card. He was quite good at, back in the day. He weren't quite living up to his potential as what I thought, because obviously the leagues he were in weren't amazing. Like he's not been in, well, he's probably been in a top tier league, but realistically he spent most of the time on the outside looking in, and really just didn't really perform as much as, say, Ronaldo, who realistically he was linked to quite a lot. I think Nani was at one point linked with him as well in kind of like the similar play. He was the skill move guy. It seemed that like Neymar, Nani and Ronaldo were all there. So it's interesting to see. We are going to move into the second half shortly to see 2 goals and then obviously watch the end of the review. But if I'm going to be honest with him, personally, if you've got a lot of things in your club, I'd personally go all untradeable with him. But if you've got a lot of things in your club, you've got a little bit of spare cash, maybe you want someone just to add to your club, maybe a little bit of a collection, then yeah, I'd probably go for him. He's not going to break the bank. Realistically, 80 to 100k you can make back pretty easily. But as an overall, I feel like he's only moderate at best when it comes to the end tier players. And that's something you've got to think about right now. We've just got icon swaps free. We've got about 50 to 60 days left until Team of the Season happens, and we get a massive boost in Team of the Seasons cards, upgraded cards. We get so much then. You've got to think, do you want to either save the 80 to 90k coins and really put it to something else? Or are you willing to kind of grind a little bit more, get a few decent SBC cards that potentially could do you well down the line? Personally, my club is absolutely stocked with SBC fodder, and I'm thinking, you know what, down the line, that's going to become very useful. When we don't actually need it in anything, that's then when it's going to be really perfect to just absolutely cash in on absolutely everything. We're going to have so many SBCs I can imagine going out of this FIFA. I want to make sure my club is absolutely to the full with any SBC players that we can get reviews on, as well as then have them in the club for later on. We've got so many high rated players, and I think Quaresma fits into that kind of bracket. He's not expensive. Yes, he's more expensive than your generic 89, but realistically for me to then get content on him and then later on down the line also get something from him, I can't argue with that. But overall, I'm personally giving him an 8 out of 10. It's obviously what I gave in the last bit, which you'd have heard live if we managed to record it. I just think in comparison to all the other right wings, he's got a lot to live up by. 80 to 100k is decent price. Like I say, that's a very good price for an SBC right now. And obviously the only 3 other Portuguese right wingers is Bernardo Silva. If you haven't done his player moments, this card is better than his generic normal version or his Team of the Year nominee. You've got Figo, again a very high price right there, and personally not worth the icon for me. He's not a right winger, he is more of a cam player for me. And then obviously you've got the shapeshifter Ronaldo, who's a right wing. Link wise, Felix, Ronaldo a striker, You've also got Eusebio, I suppose, Roy Costa if you're really going up there. There's some very good players. Bruno Fernandes is Player of the Month or in form for either Sporting Lisbon. No, who did he play for? Was it Sporting? I can't remember. Whoever Bruno played for first, honestly, tell me down below. I can't remember. Obviously, I'd have looked by now. I think it was Porto, in fact, but I could be wrong. Bruno's either Manu or Liga NOS card. You've got a lot of options for him. So, for me, I think he's got potential, but I just think he's got that little bit more to go before, realistically, you're going to actually put him in your starting lineup if you have got a very good team already. We're, week 27 into the game, or team of the week wise anyway. So we are far into this game. Coins are very easy to make, and I think it's just inevitable that these sort of cards are just going to be fillers. They're not really going to be end-tier cards, because you're going to look at like the Ramos, the Boatengs, the Hazards. They're your end-tier cards in SBC fodder anyway. So definitely try and kind of finish them if you want something like that. That's my advice for you. Hopefully you did enjoy this video. Sorry that it is not live and kind of a little bit messy. I feel like live would have been a lot better. I felt really good about this card going in live as well. The reaction speaks for much more volumes than I think these do, as I'm kind of just a little bit rambling, and that's why I prefer the live. I kind of get it out there and then, and I just think it's a little bit better. But hopefully you enjoyed this video. Make sure you like and subscribe, and I'll see you all for the next one. Peace.